Okay, so we are talking about gear and gear trends, and in that one we have discussed that how the gears which actually used to transmit power from one shaft to another shaft by use of a teeth. And we have also discussed what are the various advantages and limitation of gear drive. We have talked about classification of the gear. In that one, the first classification, which is based on position of axis of the shaft. Position of axis of the shaft. So the position of the axis may be either parallel, it may be intersecting, and third, it may be neither intersecting nor parallel. So there are three possible cases: parallel, intersecting, then third one is a neither intersecting nor parallel. Okay, so first case is when the shafts are parallel. In that one, first we have discussed is a spur gear. In that one, we have the tooth of the gear which are parallel to the axis of the shaft. And the spur gear may be of two type, internal or external. Okay, so when the tooths are outside, then it is known as a external. And in that external, both the driver and driven gear that will be rotated in opposite direction. While in internal, both will rotate in same direction. Either it will be a driver shaft or driven shaft. Both will be rotated in a same direction. Then second category, it is a rack and pinion. In that one, the second gear, okay, or any of the one gear which having a infinite diameter, so it will become flat. Instead of it will be round, it will become a flat. Okay, so here this one is the rack and pinion. And why this it is used? It will use to convert a rotary motion into translatory motion, as well as the translatory motion into a rotary motion. Then third one is a helical spur gear. In that one, the tooth of the gear which are at certain angle to the axis of the shaft. Okay, and the driver and driven gear having a opposite angle, same angle but in opposite direction. So, okay, so this one is known as a helical spur gear. Then herringbone gear. In that one, we have two helic angle on a same gear. So this is the parallel shaft. These are the position when the shaft are parallel. Then when the shaft are intersecting. Okay, so we have this bevel gear like this. The shaft are not parallel but they are intersecting. And in that case, when the tooth are straight, then it is known as a straight bevel gear. And when the tooth are spiral, okay, or at some angle, then it is known as a spiral bevel gear. And when it is as a zero, then it is known as a zero bevel gear. So these are the three classification of intersecting gear. Then non-intersecting and non-parallel shaft. And the example we have discussed is a worm and worm gear. So these are the classification according to the position of the axis of the shaft. Then according to the peripheral velocity, so it may be a low velocity, medium velocity and high velocity. In that one, the if the speed up to 3 meter per second, then it is a low. 3 to 15 meter per second, it is known as a medium, and if it is more than 15, it is known as a high speed gear. Then internal, external gear, and then straight, incline and curve gears. And then we have started our discussion on that basic terminologies that is used in gears. Okay, and few of them we have already discussed, but we will revise it so that it will be recap for all the terminologies that what we have discussed so far. So first, these four terminologies that what we seen on this screen, that are based upon the pitch. Okay, pitch circle. So this is the imaginary circle over here. It is the imaginary circle, and where it is located, by the virtue pure rolling action and the actual gear having the same motion. Okay, and that point or that circle, it is known as a pitch circle. And when it is a circle, it has certain center, and from that center it will be drawn a circle. Okay, so it has certain diameter. So that diameter, which is known as a pitch circle diameter, this is known as a pitch circle diameter. And why this pitch circle diameter is important? It is important to define or to specify the gear. Okay, generally the size of the gear is specified by the pitch circle diameter. Okay, so this is the second pitch circle diameter. Then pitch point. Pitch point, it is the common point. Common point. But where it will become a common? When the two pitch circles. Okay, so this as we already discussed, this is the pitch circle of gear 1. Okay, same way second gear has also one pitch circle. Okay, so suppose it is going like this. Okay, so this is the pitch circle of gear 2. So when this pitch circle of gear 1 and gear 2 will be in contact, that common point, okay, it is a common point. So that common point, it is known as a pitch point. Okay, I have randomly drawn it. Okay, but it may be a any point. Okay, so when these two pitch circles having a contact, at that time they have a one common point, and that common point is known as a pitch point. And then a pitch surface. Okay, so it is the surface. Okay, this one, pitch surface, it is the surface over here, you can see this one. So it is the surface of the rolling disc which the meshing gears have replaced at the pitch circle. Okay, so all these are the uh, definition or terminologies which is related to pitch circle or pitch point. Then we have discussed about pressure angle. So it is the angle between the common normal and common tangent. It is the angle between the common normal to the two gear teeth at the point of contact and at the common tangent at the point at the pitch point. Okay, so how it will be useful, that we will discuss in our upcoming theory. Okay, but this pressure angle is very important to transmit the power. Okay, what is the capacity to transmit the power of a gear, which is generally specified by the pressure angle. And generally these three pressure angles which are the standard and generally used in most of the gear: 20, 25 degree and 14.5 degree. Then these are the four important definition which we have discussed. Addendum. So what is addendum? It is the radial distance of the tooth from the pitch circle to the top of the tooth. Okay, so this is our pitch circle, we know that. We have already discussed this. This is our pitch circle. And from that pitch circle to the top, this one, to the top of the tooth, and this area which is known as a addendum, which is known as a addendum. Well, the same thing, the pitch circle, and from that the bottom, okay, up to the bottom, that area which is a dedendum, which is a dedendum over here. So this pitch circle diameter, pitch circle, and from that up to the bottom, that is known as a dedendum. Okay, this one is known as a dedendum. Now, from that point, whatever be the circle what we draw, that circle is known as a addendum circle. Okay, from the extreme point, whatever the circle we draw, that is the addendum circle, and from the bottom, whatever the circle we draw, this circle, it is known as a dedendum circle. And I have also draw different circles in yesterday lecture. Yesterday we have seen that here first circle, so this is the center point, okay, and first circle what we have defined, it is a pitch circle, this one, the center one, okay. So this, suppose this is a pitch circle. Then second circle we have defined, it is the outside, or the lowest point, so that is the dedem circle over here. So this is second one, this is the dedendum circle, and third circle we have defined, it is the addendum circle. So three circle we have defined, okay. The outermost, it is the addendum circle, the center one, it is a pitch circle, and the bottom, that is the dedendum circle. Then we have discussed about clearance, okay. So it is the radial difference. Here if you see in this diagram, here we have certain difference over here, and that difference, it is known as the clearance in this one. This is the gap. And why this gap occurs? देखा जाए नहीं तो बजाओ जाओ नहीं देखा जाए. So why this gap occurs? Because we have to give certain clearance between the two teeth of a two mating gear. Otherwise, what happen? The tooth will jam. If the clearance is not given, the tooth, if suppose these are the tooth, okay, and this is the tooth of a second gear, when it will rotate, okay, if you do not give the clearance, it may jam, okay. So your gear will not rotate. So to give that, we have to give certain clearance. And second thing is that if the clearance is not given, then it may be chance that your gear will wear out quickly, because there is a rubbing action, okay. So that portion, that will be wear out quickly, so your life of the gear, that may reduce. So to eliminate all these things, we give certain clearance. And how this clearance comes? Because as we know that the standard value of the addendum is 1 module, while the standard value of dedendum is 1.157 module. Okay, what is module we will see, but you can see that the dedendum is slightly larger, 0.157 module larger than the original addendum. So suppose this is the gear 1, simple, if you take, this is the gear 1, and now if I will draw a gear 2 over here, if I will draw a gear 2 over here, and this one is the pitch circle of gear 2, like this, okay. So now what will be the addendum of a gear 2? The addendum of gear 2 will be 1 module, so it will be this distance, okay. While at the same time, the dedendum of the gear 1 will be this one, okay. Dedendum of the gear will be this one. This one means 1.157, okay. While the addendum of the gear 2 will be, the addendum, this distance of gear 2 will be only 1 module. So we have two values. This red value, that will be 1.157, while this addendum of the gear 2, that will be a 1 module. So we have difference of 0.157. Why? Because as you see here, we have the difference of 1.157 minus 1. So we have the difference of 0.157. Okay. So that is the clearance, and this clearance, that will be specified over here. So that's why this clearance comes into the picture. Okay. So clearance. Then we have another definition. What we have discussed is this, all we have already discussed in yesterday, but I'm just going it. So I'm quickly revise it so that it will be clear in your mind again. Then full depth of cut. Full depth of cut means it is the total radial depth of the tooth space, and this one is the full depth of cut. This one, full or total. Okay. And working depth of cut, it is the maximum depth to which a tooth penetrates into the tooth space of the mating gear, and it is known as a working depth. Okay, so total or full depth and working depth are different. What is that? So total depth, if you see here, this one, it is a total depth starting from here to the end of the gear. This is our total depth. But when the gear of the second tooth, okay, when this tooth will come, it will only goes up to this one. Okay, it is not going up to here. So this one is the known as a working depth. Only this portion is used. So this is the working depth. So here if you see, this is, so from up to this one is known as a working depth. So two different depth, actual depth or total depth, it is starting from top to the bottom. But out of that total depth, only certain portion is used, and that portion it is known as a working depth, while the remaining portion, that is known as a clearance. Okay, so there are total three area. First area, it is a total depth. Second area is a working depth, and whatever the remaining, that is known as a clearance. Okay, so here we have three different things: total depth, working depth, and clearance. So from this diagram, it is clear in your mind. So there are total three depths. First, it is a total depth, this one. Then this one is the working depth, and whatever the remaining portion, this one, it is a clearance. So these are the three portions. And then tooth thickness. Now we will see these two important definitions. Tooth thickness. What will be the thickness of the tooth and how you will measure it, or what you say that this is the thickness of the tooth. So how it will be measured? It is the width of the tooth measured along the pitch circle. Where we have to measure? We have to measure along a pitch circle. So again, this pitch circle is important. As we told earlier, that pitch circle, that is a very basic thing to design a gear. If you have a pitch circle dimension, you can quickly and easily design the gear, because all the dimension which is generally derived from this pitch circle diameter. So where we will find the thickness of the tooth? So here, if you see in this diagram, here it is the distance, it is the width of the tooth measured along the pitch circle. So if you see in this diagram, suppose, as we know that this is one point, you can see here, this is the one thickness, you can say. Then if you see, measure the thickness along this point, it will be different. Why? Because your tooth is not straight, it is curved. Okay, it is not straight, it is curved. Okay, so if you measure along this point, your thickness will be smaller than this one. Now if you measure thickness here, it is again smaller than previous two. If you measure over here, it is smaller than previous three. And if you measure thickness over here, it is the smallest one. So now on the same tooth, you have a different thickness. So which thickness you have to consider? On a same gear, you have a different thickness. So which thickness you have to consider? So for that, it is the thickness which is measured along the pitch circle. So as you know that this is the pitch circle. This one is the pitch circle. Okay, so now on this pitch circle, this is the point and this is the point. Okay, and whatever be the distance between these two, which is considered as a thickness. Okay, so if you extend this line here, and if you extend this line here, and whatever the gap, this is known as a tooth thickness. Okay, so you have a different tooth thickness, but which you have to consider? You have to consider the tooth thickness which is along the pitch circle. Okay, so this is the tooth thickness. Then next definition is tooth space. Okay, so it is the width of space between the two adjacent teeth measured along the pitch circle. Again, it is the width of the space. Okay, here it is the width of the tooth, because we require tooth thickness. But now what we require tooth space. Okay, space, what is the space between that tooth, that we are going to measure. Okay, so it is the width of the space between the two adjacent teeth measured along the pitch circle. Again, it is measured along the pitch circle. So how it will be measured? So if you see here, this is our pitch circle. Now first we have to consider the pitch circle. Why? Because we are going to measure it along the pitch circle. Now if I will consider one point on the tooth over here on the pitch circle. Okay, now the same point on the second tooth. Okay, this is our tooth number 1 and this is our tooth number 2. Now if we consider one point over here on the tooth 1 and the same point on the tooth 2, means this is. Okay, so this point, if I will measure, or if this distance I will measure, and that distance which is known as a tooth space. Okay, sorry, it is this one. It is a clearance angle actually. Just a minute. It is the space between the two adjacent tooth. Okay, two adjacent tooth measured along the pitch circle. So this one, just a minute, it is the wrong one. I have drawn the wrong line. If I will take one point, okay, actually this is the pitch circle. It is the same. Now if I will take this point on the tooth 1 and the same point on the tooth 2, okay, and that distance measured, and that distance is known as a tooth space. Actually what I have drawn earlier, that is the circular pitch. Okay, that is another definition. Okay, so last point on the first tooth and the first point on the second tooth, and if I will measure the distance, then it is known as a tooth space. Means this is the space, this is the empty space between the two tooth. Okay, so that is known as a tooth space. And if I will measure from this point to this point, then it is known as a tooth width or thickness. Okay, so two definition. First one is a tooth space and second is a tooth thickness. Okay, so if I will measure this distance, that gap, then it is known as a tooth space. Okay, and if I will measure this distance over here, then it is known as a tooth thickness. So these are the two definitions. Then backlash, it is the difference between the tooth space and the tooth thickness. Tooth space we have already seen. What is tooth space? It is the distance which is measured along the two tooth. Okay, means this one. Okay, this is the tooth space. and the tooth thickness. And when we see the difference, there is a slight difference, and that difference or gap, that is known as a backlash, as measured along the pitch circle. Okay, where we have to measure? We have to measure along a pitch circle. And theoretically, okay, now there are consideration. What we have to consider? Theoretically, the backlash should be 0. Theoretically, your tooth that will be exactly fit between the gap between the two tooth. Okay, but in practice, some backlash must be allowed to prevent jamming of the tooth due to the tooth error and thermal expansion. Actually, it should be exactly fit. Actually, as theoretical, it should be exactly fit like this. Okay, but in actual practice, there will be a gap like this. And why this gap is given? Because the tooth that should be easily removed during the rotation, and at the same time when the gear will rotate, there will be a generation of heat. Okay, and due to that heat, what happens that generally the gears are made up of some metals, and when the metals will gain some heat, it will try to expand. Okay, so if we make it of the exact dimension, and if the metal will expand, then what happens? It definitely will jam. But if we give some space like this, and then it will be expand, then there will be some remaining space, and due to that and from that remaining space, it can be easily escaped. And that's why this, in actual practice, there will be some backlash is given to the gear. So if I will draw over here how it will look like, suppose this is gear 1 and this one is the tooth of gear 1, like this. Okay, so this is the tooth 1 and this is the tooth 2 of gear number 1. Now if I will draw one another gear which is messing over here, so okay, so this is the tooth. Now this is the pitch circle of gear 2. Okay, and this is the pitch circle of gear 1. So if you see that in actual practice, in actual means in the theoretical, this should be 0. This should be 0. But in actual practice, there will be some gap, and that gap, it is known as a backlash. That gap is known as a backlash. Okay. Then the face of the tooth. Next definition, it is the face of the tooth. It is the surface of the gear tooth above the pitch surface. Again, this one. Tooth, the face of the tooth, it is the surface of the gear tooth above the, again, which one? Pitch surface. Pitch surface. So the face, this one. This is our pitch circle, and whatever be the face, means above the portion, this whole portion, it is known as a face. Whatever be the above the pitch circle, and that surface, the whole surface, suppose this is the tooth, and from here the pitch circle is going, so whatever this surface is known as a face. Okay, and whatever the bottom surface, okay, from here to the bottom, this one, it is known as a flank. Okay, face and flank. from the pitch circle above the portion, it is above surface, that is known as the pitch face, and below the below the pitch surface, it is known as the flank. Okay, so there are two definitions, face and flank, and both are related to the pitch surface. Okay, pitch surface above, then it is known as a face, and below, then it is known as a flank. Then topland, it is the surface of the top of the tooth. So this one, this whole surface, it is known as a topland. Okay, this whole surface, which is known as a top land. Okay, it is at the top, and that's why it is known as a top land. Then face width, it is the width of the gear tooth measured parallel to the axis. So this is the face width, this one. Okay, and it is measured along the pitch. This whole area is space, but whatever the width measure width. Okay, this suppose this is the flank, sorry, this is the tooth. Okay, so this width, this is known as the width, like this is your this will be your tooth, one tooth. Okay, so this, whatever we measure along the pitch circle, that is known as the width. Then fillet, it is the curved portion of the tooth flank at the root circle. Okay, so generally we will give certain angle or some fillet over here, like this. It is not sharp, but some circular portion you can see here, it is a circular, it is not straight joint like this. Okay, but it is given some angle, and that is a fillet. Here you can again see, it is not a straight joint like this, but it will given some angle, and that is known as a fillet. This one is the fillet. Then this important definition, it is also for important for exam point of view. These definitions are also important for exam point of view. So first, circular pitch, it is the distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle from point of one tooth to the correspondence point on the next tooth. It is the distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle, on the circumference of a pitch circle, and from where, from the point on one tooth to the correspondence point on the next tooth. So this one, we have pitch circle. Again, when we have to measure along the pitch circle. Okay, so this is the pitch circle. Now if I will take one point over here on the tooth 1, okay, and the correspondence means the same point on the next tooth over here, and if I will measure the distance along the circumference of the pitch circle, so this one and this one, this distance is known as a circular pitch. Okay, this distance is known as a circular pitch. Okay, and if I will take one point over here and measure this distance, then it is known as a tooth space. And if I will take one point and one point over here, and if I will measure this one, it is a tooth thickness. Okay, so tooth thickness, tooth space, and circular pitch, you have to clear in your mind. It is totally different. Okay, so if you take one point on the tooth 1 and take the correspondence point on the tooth 2 and measure the distance, and that is known as a circular pitch. Now this circular pitch is mathematically denoted by PC, P suffix C, circular means C, okay, and pitch means P, okay. So circular pitch is equal to pi d by T, okay. So why this pi d by T? Pi d means it is a total circumference, and from that one we require the circumference of only one tooth, okay. So that's why it is a T, where pi, you know that the value of pi, then d, it is a diameter of pitch circle, okay. So what is d? D, it is the diameter of pitch circle. We have three diameter. One diameter is of addendum, one diameter is of pitch circle, and another diameter is of a dedendum. Okay, so which diameter we have to consider? We have to consider the diameter of a pitch circle. Then T, it is the number of teeth on the wheel. On a gear, how many number of teeth? Okay, so we can easily count it. Okay, so based on that, we can get the circular pitch. So circular pitch PC is equal to pi d by T. Then the angle subtended by the circular pitch at the center of the pitch circle, it is known as the pitch angle. Okay. Then, or if you try to understand it now, what is a pitch angle? Here we have definition of a pitch angle. So we know that, as you can see here, for the pitch, to define the circular pitch, we have to consider these 2 points. Okay, the same point on the next tooth. Now we know that this is one gear, so gear has a center somewhere over here. If you have a round gear, it has certain center. Okay, so now if you join this point to the center and this point to the center, sorry, this point to the center over here, and whatever data angle over here, this is the pitch angle. Okay, then now the module, as I told earlier, that one module and 1.157 module. So how this module will come? So module, it is the ratio of pitch diameter in mm to the number of tooth, and generally the module is given by this one, m is equal to d by T. M is module, d, it is the diameter. Which diameter? Diameter of a pitch circle. And T is the total number of tooth. Okay, so T. So how we get the value of m? M is equal to d by T, where d is the diameter of a pitch circle and T is the total number of tooth. And from that one we will get the value of m, and once we get the value of m, if for addendum it will be considered as a 1m, and for dedendum it will be considered as a 1.157 m. Okay, so this is the module. It is also important. And pitch of two mating gear must be same. Module of the two gear must be same. Then and then your gear will rotate. If suppose if I will take the example that if one gear has a module 3, m is equal to 3, okay, m is equal to 3, and one gear has a m is equal to 2, then these two gears are not going to rotate. The module of the two gears must be same. Then and then your two gears that will rotate, or it will transmit power from one shaft to another shaft. Okay, so it is very important thing that module must be same for both the gears. Then diametral pitch. So it is the number of teeth per unit length of the pitch circle diameter. It is the number of teeth per unit length of the pitch circle diameter in each, or it is the ratio of number of teeth to the pitch circle diameter in each. Okay, so PC is PD, diameter pitch, is equal to T by D. Okay, T by D. Here it is a D by T. P module is D by T. Why? Pitch, diametral pitch, it is a T by D. So how we can write it? It is 1 by M. It is 1 by M. Why? Because it is an inversion of module. Okay, so PD is equal to 1 by M, or also you can write it as a T by D. Okay, now one more another thing, that PC, we know that PC is equal to pi D by T. This is the equation we know. PC is equal to pi D by T. Now what is D by T? D by T is equal to M. Okay, so how we can modify it? We can modify it at pi into M. Okay, so these three equations are interrelated with each other, and that are confusion, that will create confusion when you solve the problem. Okay, because all the data that will be given in this form, PC and PD and module. So you should have clear in your mind that PC is equal to pi D by T. Okay, pi D by T. Module is equal to D by T, and diametral pitch is equal to T by D. Okay, and diametral pitch is denoted by PD, and circular pitch is denoted by PC. Okay, so PC and PD, that is also important, that you have to consider when you solve the problem. Okay, so some more definition that we will discuss in our next lecture. And for online student, I will just share you the link for the attendance in your